She smiled for millions as a loving mom, controlled every angle, every frame, every lie. Then a single slap in an unplanned live video revealed the cruelty behind the filter. Watch till the end to find out what happened in this epic tale of Mrs. Adorank the mommy blogger. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment down below where you are watching from. It means a lot to us. Every morning in Lekki Phase 1 began the same way for Mrs. Adorank Adebayo. Before the sun fully stretched across the city, she was already awake, face washed, silk robe tied, ring light glowing. Her phone rested on a marble counter, angled just right to capture her flawless smile and the gleaming kitchen behind her. To her followers, over 1.2 million strong, she was the definition of a modern Nigerian mother. The captions were always warm, always perfect. Grateful for my babies. Motherhood is my greatest calling. Her twins, Dara and Dami, stumbled sleepily into the kitchen, hair neatly braided the night before. Adorank's face softened instantly. "Come, my loves," she cooed, pulling them close. "Say good morning to aunties and uncles online." They smiled on cue. The camera clicked. The story went up. Behind the frame, near the back door, Damila stood quietly. 15 years old. Thin. Barefoot. Her faded uniform from the previous day hung loosely on her body. She had been awake long before everyone else, scrubbing the bathroom floors and washing last night's dishes before school. She watched from a distance, already knowing what would happen next. "Dami, bring my tripod," Adorank said sharply, not turning around. Damila obeyed, lowering her eyes. She handed it over carefully. "Not like that," Adorank snapped. "Honestly, are you ever careful?" The twins giggled. Adorank laughed with them, then immediately turned back to the camera, smile restored. Damila retreated to the corner again. She was never in the videos. Never in the photos. When people asked online if the twins had a sister, Adorank always replied, "Oh, she prefers privacy." Privacy was the lie that hid neglect. After the filming ended, the warmth vanished. "Have you packed the twins' lunch?" Adorank asked. "Yes, Ma," Damila replied. "And ironed their uniforms?" "Yes, Ma." Adorank inspected her. "And what about you? You're still wearing that old skirt. Don't embarrass this family at your school." Damila swallowed. "I don't have another one." "That's not my problem," Adorank said coldly. "Now hurry up. You'll miss your bus." The twins were driven to school by the family driver. Damila walked. By the time she reached school, sweat clung to her skin and her chest ached, not from the walk, but from the weight she carried inside. In class, she barely listened. Her classmates talked excitedly about Adorank's page. "My mum says she's the best mommy blogger in Nigeria," one girl said. Damila said nothing. That evening, she returned home to find the house buzzing. Adorank was live again, unboxing gifts sent by brands for the twins. Boxes of clothes, toys, shoes. The twins squealed with joy. "Say thank you," Adorank prompted. "Thank you," they chorused. Damila stood off camera, holding a tray of drinks. Someone commented, "Oh, your kids are so lucky." Adorank smiled brightly. "Yes, they are." The camera didn't capture the way Damila's hands trembled as she turned away. It didn't capture the loneliness. It didn't capture the truth. But one day soon, the camera would slip. And the perfect frame would crack. When the ring light went off, Adorank became someone else. The laughter faded first. Then the warmth. What remained was silence thick enough to choke on. Damila knew this version of her stepmother well, the woman who existed only when the audience was gone. That night, Adorank sat on the couch scrolling through comments, her manicured fingers moving fast. Over 10,000 likes in 1 hour, she muttered with satisfaction. Damila hovered nearby. "Ma, should I serve dinner now?" Adorank didn't look up. "The twins will eat first. You can wait." "Yes, Ma." She waited. And waited. By the time the twins finished eating and ran upstairs to play, the food was cold. Damila ate alone in the kitchen, standing, as always. Sitting at the dining table was never allowed. Later, Adarank stormed into the kitchen. Who finished the juice? I poured a small cup, Damila said softly. A slap landed across her face before she finished speaking. Do you know how expensive that juice is? Adarank hissed. That was sent for my children. Tears burned Damila's eyes, but she did not cry. Crying only made things worse. That night, in her small room beside the store, Damila opened her notebook. It was the only thing she truly owned. She wrote to survive. They love her online, she wrote. But they don't see me. At school, things didn't improve. A teacher scolded her for unpaid fees. She had asked Adarank weeks ago, but each time, the answer was the same. Money is tight. Yet new shoes arrived weekly for the twins. One afternoon, Damila overheard a phone call. Of course I treat all my children equally, Adarank said brightly into the phone. I don't believe in step anything. We are one family. Damila pressed her hand against the wall, heart pounding. That night, something inside her shifted. For the first time, anger replaced fear. She didn't know how. She didn't know when. But she knew one thing. The truth would not stay hidden forever. The first crack appeared during a live stream. Adarank had gone live unexpectedly, filming a morning routine. The twins were laughing, cereal bowls in hand. The comments poured in. Then, without warning, a voice slipped into the frame. Ma, please, I'm late for school. Silence. The camera caught it. Just a second. Just enough. Adarank's smile froze. She quickly ended the live. That afternoon, Damila paid the price. Do you want to destroy me? Adarank screamed. Do you know how long I've built my brand? I didn't mean. You never mean anything. Adarank shouted. You are a mistake that followed me into this house. The words cut deeper than any slap. That night, Adarank posted a long caption about toxic people who don't appreciate kindness. Some followers noticed something was off. Who was that girl in the live? You have another child. Why does she sound scared? The questions grew. And Adarank grew afraid. The Sunday sun poured into the living room, bright and unforgiving, as if it already knew what was about to happen. The house buzzed with controlled chaos, camera stands arranged neatly, microphones clipped, branded gift bags stacked against the wall. This was no ordinary filming day. It was a major collaboration, one Adarank had bragged about for weeks. Everyone behave, she warned sharply before the camera went live. This is business. The twins nodded obediently, already dressed in matching outfits. Damila stood behind them, invisible as always, holding a tray of drinks. Her heart pounded. She hated filming days. They made Adarank crueler. The red live icon appeared. Good afternoon, my beautiful family online, Adarank sang. Today we're doing a cozy Sunday family routine. A sudden argument broke out between the twins. One shoved the other. A glass slipped from the table and shattered loudly on the tiled floor. The room froze. Damila, Adarank screamed, rage flashing across her face. I didn't do it, Ma, Damila said instinctively, stepping back. The slap echoed through the room. Sharp. Loud. Real. You useless girl. Adarank shouted. You're always ruining things. Damila dropped the tray, hands shaking. Tears streamed down her face as she tried to apologize, her voice breaking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The comments exploded. Wait, what just happened? Why did she hit her? Is that her child? Adarank realized too late. The camera was still rolling. She lunged for the phone, fumbling, hands trembling, but the damage was done. Thousands had watched the mask fall. The twins stood frozen, confused, fear flickering in their eyes. When the live finally ended, the house fell into a silence heavier than any shout. Adarank sank onto the couch, staring at the screen as notifications flooded in. Her name was already trending. And for the first time, Damila didn't apologize again. She simply walked away. By Monday morning, the internet had decided. The video was everywhere: Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp groups, blogs. People dissected every second. The slap. The words. The fear in Damila's eyes. The contrast between the influencer persona and the woman revealed behind the scenes. Brands began to pull out quietly at first. Then loudly. We regret to announce. After careful consideration. Our values do not align. Adarank refreshed her page obsessively, watching followers disappear in thousands. Comments turned venomous. You lied to us. That girl deserves better. No filter can hide wickedness. She locked herself in her bedroom, sobbing not from guilt, but from loss. Loss of fame. Loss of control. Loss of the admiration she believed she deserved. Damila stayed in her room. 2 days later, a knock came at the gate. Social workers. Adarank's voice trembled as she tried to explain. It was discipline. Africans will understand. They didn't. Damila was asked to speak alone. Her hands shook as she told her story of missed meals, unpaid school fees, insults whispered behind smiles. Each word felt like breaking chains. When she finished, one woman held her hand gently. You are not invisible, she said softly. For the first time, Damila believed it. Months passed. The noise faded, but the truth remained. Damila moved into a transitional home, then later into the care of a relative who treated her like a child, not a burden. Therapy was slow. Healing was slower. Some nights, she still flinched at raised voices. Some mornings, she woke expecting chores instead of kindness. But gradually, she learned to breathe again. At a youth empowerment event, she was invited to speak. Her knees shook as she stepped onto the stage. The microphone felt heavy in her hands. My name is Damila, she began, voice trembling. And for a long time, I thought love had to be earned. The room was silent. I was invisible in my own home. Seen only when I was needed. Hurt when the camera was off. Tears slid down her face, but she didn't stop. Today, I choose to be seen. The applause was gentle at first. Then thunderous. Somewhere else, in a smaller, quieter house, Adarank watched the clip replay on her cracked phone screen. No comments. No likes. Just the echo of what she had destroyed. Damila smiled through her tears. The world finally saw her. And she saw herself too.